Hi everyone, and welcome back to the next diecast. For today's video, I'll be showing you and reviewing this 1/18 scale 1996 Mercedes-Benz SLK230 Roadster made by Maisto. My parents actually got me this car for Christmas, this past Christmas. I think they paid around maybe like $35 for it from eBay. I think for that price, it's a great deal considering that it's been discontinued for quite some time now. But overall, I think the details and everything on it look great and everything. This is the first generation of the SLK. 96 was actually the year that it came out. Maisto also made the 2000 version of this car. And the really only differences between the 96 and the 2000 are maybe some slightly different features in the front. And also the 2000 version has 5-spoke wheels as opposed to these, what are these? 7-spoke wheels on here. So it really, I guess, comes down to if you prefer the 5-spoke wheels over these wheels. All the other details are the same, like the interior. Maybe a couple buttons are different, but they're really almost the same exact model. And you'll sometimes find a cool feature that I will show you later on as we get throughout the details of this model. So we'll go ahead and start up here at the front. I think Maisto did a great job with the lights here. There's kind of one single color. I don't think there's like an amber turn signal on the real car. But the lenses are nice and textured, and they're actually well shaped and everything too. And there's no big gap between the plastic and the metal bodywork, which is great. In the center here, you'll see this Mercedes-Benz badge. That is actually a 3-dimensional badge, and it does pop out, which looks very cool. And this grill back here too, that's a separate piece. It's not really like perforated, it's just kind of a textured piece. And this license plate down here, it is kind of peeling off. I probably have to just put a little bit of glue on it so it actually stays in place, but it's probably just like a factory defect or something. Up here, this second Mercedes badge, that's actually just a sticker. But a lot of Maisto's Mercedes-Benz models that have this extra badge, they're always a sticker. So just keep that in mind when you're cleaning up the model and whatnot. That's the only actually sticker badge that's on here, which is nice. You don't have to worry about, this rubbing off and whatnot. Taking a look at this side, there is a compressor badge on both fenders. It's embossed in silver, looks very well done. And the wheels, I think Maisto did a great job on too. They actually have these Dunlop tires. They have like the tire, like PSI info and stuff on them too. And the wheels look great too. They have the kind of indented lug nuts and these Mercedes-Benz logos in the center. And of course, you do get full steering, as always. And you kind of get suspension. It's actually better up here than it is back here. And these back wheels actually do kind of bow out, so you kind of have to do that. It might just be a factory defect, but yeah. The paint quality overall, I would say, is fair. Like most Maisto models from the 90s, there is some like orange peel and stuff throughout. Kind of see a little bit up here by the logo. It's not as evident as it was on like my Dodge Concept vehicle. I have other models too that have the orange peel. Like there's that, there's the BMW 3 Series convertible. Pretty much any Maisto model from the 90s will come with that defect. If Maisto were to re-release this model today, the paint would probably be flawless. And if you look at it like in this lighting, it does look great. It's just when you look at it in certain lighting, you'll see like the orange peel effect on it. Fully metal on the windshield frame. You don't really see that too often, so I think that's a cool feature. And the door handles are actually separate plastic pieces, which look great. There are some sizable panel gaps throughout, but they aren't like that bad, and they'll probably, I guess, vary from model to model, depending on which one you actually get. Back here, taillights look great. They do have a peg in like the centers of them, but the shape and everything I think looks great. There's not really a big gap in like the metal work too. And this license plate back here is also peeling, which is kind of strange to see. Then you get your SLK230 and your Mercedes-Benz logo back here. They're actually painted on. And this taillight, I'm not really too sure what's going on here. It looks like a sticker, but it's actually embossed on there. I don't think they could have done a separate plastic piece for it, but I mean, it looks good as long as you're not, rubbing it off or touching it and whatnot. And in terms of features of this model, one really cool feature that you actually get is the working roof. So to work the roof, you fold the rear trunk piece back like this. You open up this part here, and then you kind of pull out the roof like so. Now keep in mind that not all versions of this model come with the folding roof. The best way to tell is by the interior. So on the 96 versions, if the interior is actually two-tone, it means you're going to get like the roof function. That's just from what I've seen. And if it has a single tone interior, then it won't have the roof. And the cool thing is that you can always just add the roof feature from like a donor car, because it actually just kind of snaps into place back here with these two pieces. So you just kind of keep folding the roof up like this. You put this piece down, and then you keep folding it up, and then it kind of will latch onto the it'll kind of latch onto the windshield with these two holes up here like that. And then you close the trunk piece, and there you go. And then now you have a two-door coupe. Now the roof does look good overall. It is fully plastic, so the coloring doesn't match up too well. But I think it's, you know, I think it's very sturdy. It's not going to break and whatnot. And it does actually hook on here. So if you lift it up, it will actually stay in place. I wouldn't actually lift it up though, because it might break off. But this is a cool feature. And if you do get a version that doesn't have the roof, you can always add that feature later on from a donor car, if you would like that. But overall, I think it's a cool feature. And to put the roof back down, all you do is lift up the trunk piece like this. You unhook the roof from the windshield frame. Then you pull it back like so. You lift up this piece. You fold out these two little latches. And then you fold the roof in like so. You push this down, and then you push close the trunk. And now you have and now you're back to your roadster. So next, let's take a look at the engine detailing. Open up the hood. I think Maisto did a great job with the engine in here. It's made up of several pieces. You can actually see down at the bottom of the car. It says compressor actually on this red portion, and a little tiny three-pointed star badge up here. But all the components are actually there. Typical of Maisto's engines from the 90s, you get all the the wiring and whatnot, and it just looks very well done. And the same would probably go for the 2000 version too. All right, we'll take a look at the interior next. Open up the doors. Now this comes with the two-tone interior. You can see that it actually continues onto the dashboard and whatnot too. It looks very well done. I think Maisto did a great job with the seats here. They actually look and feel like the real leather that you would see on the real car. They actually fold and move a little bit too. You can see it has the red kind of inserts in the center, and the door panels are actually fully done in red too. I don't know if that's true to the real car or not, but I think the texturing and everything looks good. You have kind of a leather pattern, and that actually continues onto the dashboard. A little bit over amplified, I think, but at least they put it on there, and I think it looks good. As you can see, all the buttons are very well done. They're all kind of embossed and separately labeled, and looks like the glove box handle is actually a separate piece along with that vent too. But I think the coloring looks great. Like the two-tone really does look good on this car. This red interior is also available on the silver version of the car if you get it with the working roof. Otherwise, all the interiors come as all gray. So the seats in the centers will be gray. The door panels will be gray, and I think those interiors look great too. On this side, you actually do get a molded-in floor mat. It's kind of hard to see from this angle, but it does actually say stuff on it, and I think that's a cool touch. The pedals are fairly well done. They're actually chromed out. I wish they were kind of painted silver instead, because that would have like a brushed, like an aluminum look to them, because I think the real pedals are actually made of that. I think they're well done, nonetheless. Go ahead and close that up. The undercarriage, we'll take a look at that next. Fairly well detailed, I would say. You can kind of see the steering component here and the motor kind of poking through down there. The exhaust is done in all chrome, typical of Maisto models, but I think aside from that, it just looks great. So if you can find any version of this model, whether that be the 96 or the 2000 and with or without the working roof feature, I think it's a solid model of the first generation of the SLK. And like I said, it comes in several colors, and they're frequently listed on eBay and whatnot, so it should be pretty simple to find one for your own collection. As always, hope this video was helpful, and feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on the model or the real car. Thanks for watching.